Welcome to the NBA 411. I'm Cassidy Hubbard. With just a few weeks left in the NBA season, we're getting a clearer look at the playoff picture. And with the postseason set to start at the end of April, there's no time to waste. So we asked our experts to check out the ESPN.com Playoff Predictor, which has established odds for each playoff series. And we start in the Western Conference with a preview of our potential Lakers-Grizzlies first-round series. Here with his thoughts from Lakerland is True Hoop blogger Kevin Arnowitz.
In a potential Lakers-Memphis playoff series, I like the Lakers with a slight edge, but not by 70-30. Memphis gets after it defensively. We saw what they can do in the first round of the playoffs when they knocked off the number one seed Spurs last season. The Lakers have some flaws. They don't have a lot of outside shooting. Now, neither does Memphis, but the Grizzlies do a lot of things well, have a great front court to match up with the Lakers, and while they may be slight underdogs, they're a lot better than 30-70.
Playoff Predictor has the Lakers currently as a 59% favorite over the Dallas Mavericks in a first-round matchup. I like those odds. If anything, I'd say they should be higher because if there's one thing we've learned from the Lakers in this very inconsistent season, it's that they play well against teams they don't like. They despise the Mavericks after last year's sweep in the second round of the playoffs. They've beaten them 3 times in as many tries, and it's all fueled by hate.
So the Playoff Predictor has the Los Angeles Clippers taking down the Memphis Grizzlies in a first-round series. The predictor must like style over substance because it's the Grizzlies who are the better half-court team with Marc Gasol, Zach Randolph inside, both offensively and defensively, against Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, 2 players who still need to develop moves in the half-court game, and we all know the playoffs come down to the half-court game. I think Rudy Gay can be a huge factor this season. He was out last year in the postseason with an injury. I like the Clippers as a young up-and-coming team, but in a playoff series, give me the Grizzlies. Back to you, Cassidy.
Thanks, guys. We seem to have a little controversy with the percentage spread in the West, but is that the same out East? Here with his take on the likely Pacers-Hawks matchup is NBA insider and Hawks fan John Hollinger. John?
Cassidy, the 68% odds the predictor gives the Pacers to beat Atlanta may be a bit high for 2 reasons. First, Atlanta is hoping to have Al Horford back for that series. The All-Star center just hit the court this week as he recuperates from a torn pectoral muscle and could be a big difference maker. Second, the Hawks beat the Pacers in 2 of their 3 meetings this year, even without Horford. Josh Smith's mobility in particular is a difficult matchup for the Pacers' front court, and the Pacers' size on the wings doesn't fluster Atlanta. The Pacers should be favored given their home court advantage, but this series would seem pretty close to a toss-up from here.
Potential playoff matchups will continue to change as teams jockey for position over the next 3 weeks. But ESPN's Playoff Predictor is spitting out a current first-round matchup that pits the Orlando Magic against the Boston Celtics. It should make for an intriguing matchup, considering both of those teams have met twice in the last 3 years in the postseason. But this season, the Celtics have had their way with the Magic, winning twice in January by an average of 15 points and also holding Orlando to just 31% shooting. Both wins came without Rajon Rondo in the lineup, and they also came before Boston really got hot since the All-Star break. Doc Rivers' strategy has been simple. Dwight Howard's the best center in the game, so there's going to be no stopping him. What the Celtics have excelled at is limiting his shooters around him. So it comes as no surprise that Orlando is considered by the predictor as the favorite to win that series, but Boston can very well be primed for an upset. Back to you, Cassidy.
Thanks, guys. I guess the controversy does seem to go coast to coast. If you'd like to play the interactive Playoff Predictor game, go to our NBA homepage, scroll down to the Play Now bar, and select the NBA Playoff Predictor icon. You can play 4 versions, either with the current standings, John Hollinger's playoff odds, the AccuScore rankings, or customize your own playoff teams and see how the games play out right down to the finals. And now our buzzer beater story for the day. New Spurs point guard Patrick Mills scored a team-high 20 points in just his 3rd game with the team Tuesday. His seamless transition may have something to do with the fact that he already knew most of the team's plays right down to the terminology and signals even before he donned the silver and black. That's because the last 4 seasons he's played for the Australian national team, coached by Spurs assistant Brett Brown. As for what to watch for, check out 2 great games this Saturday. First, Dwight Howard and the Magic visit the Sixers in the City of Brotherly Love. That's at 8 o'clock Eastern. And the nightcap at 10:30 is the Denver Nuggets traveling to Golden State. Both games are on ESPN and ESPN3. That'll do it for this NBA 411. I'm Cassidy Hubbard. Thanks for watching and enjoy the games.